election and my previous elections, but really in April, he was checking on me, and I really appreciate that. And now it's my time to return the favor to him and just say thank you so much for everything that you are doing for our country, our state, and our community. And again, so please have a big
some of you guys, I usually yell and scream, but maybe this helps out a little bit. One, thanks for coming out. This is terrific to see dozens and dozens of people here out, ready to go, knocking on doors, talking to our community members here in the city of Kenosha and across Kenosha County. Before I talk too much, I want to just say, isn't it great to be able to call Samantha Kirkman, County Executive? Samantha Kirkman is doing a great job for Kenosha County. I was out earlier today knocking on doors, so I drove over here, and I want to point out as a very specific group, because I know everybody here is going to go out on the doors with us later today, but the Vamos team has been crisscrossing southeast Wisconsin, and in particular talking to Hispanic households. Well, we were out today in Kenosha talking to people. The Vamos team has bilingual lit, talking about the importance of keeping our community safe, talking about the impact that rising prices are having. And the Vamos team is committed to making sure that we leave no vote unturned this November. So to all the Vamos team, let's just say thank you. You guys got As we go out today, I suggest you grab a few pieces of lid from these guys. If you get to households that are bilingual, hand them the lid, because we got to make sure that every single voter in Kenosha County hears our message. The beauty of what we're doing here in Kenosha is we have seen over the past few years a county that has historically been ruby blue turn into ruby red. And the reason, and the reason is because the Democratic policies are failing our country, they're failing our state, they're failing our communities. And we have answers to address the biggest challenges of the day. We got less than 8 weeks now to the election. And we have an amazing opportunity to go out and to talk to families across this county today, and for the final home stretch of this campaign, about how the policies being put forward in Washington, D.C. under one-party Democratic control by Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer in the Senate are clobbering families here in Kenosha. They're driving up prices and making things less affordable and unaffordable for families across our country. The reckless spending that we're seeing in Washington, D.C. is driving inflation higher. The fact that this administration is on the attack against domestic supplies of energy is making it not only more expensive to fill up your car with gas, but it also shows up when you go to heat your home this winter. And we all know, unfortunately, in some ways, it's going to get a little colder a little too soon. And when we see these heating bills come this fall, is because the Biden administration is at war with energy here in the United States of America. We know we need to unleash American energy to bring down prices for families that they can afford their things. It doesn't just show up when you're at the pump, it shows up when you're at the grocery store. If you think about one of the biggest driver of costs at a grocery store, it's actually diesel. It's our farmers who are driving their case tractors around right now during the fall harvest. We're putting a couple 100 gallons of diesel into that tractor. It's the diesel truck that picks up the food from the farm and drives it to the grocery store. The energy prices are driving up costs for families all across. This administration wants to create a transformational change on the back of American workers. I think we should unleash American energy so families can afford the things that their family needs. Are you with me? Amen.